Tech Talk Tuesday. I'm your host, Pratik Patel, and today we're diving into my favorite topic, artificial intelligence. If you've had any conversation with me lately, you know I'm always talking about AI, and for a good reason. It's everywhere, and it's rapidly changing how businesses operate. In fact, many of my channel partners are using this topic to start new engagements with their clients. Why is this important? Because one of the biggest risks your client face today is falling behind their competition. And with AI becoming so mainstream, it seems like every vendor, big or small, is really offering some form of AI solution. But here's the thing, vendors can't just jump on the bandwagon and decide, okay, we're offering AI starting today. It doesn't work like that. It takes years to build knowledge and expertise. And this is where Lenovo truly shines because it's been at the forefront of AI since 2017. Lenovo understands that it takes what it really takes to implement a successful AI strategy, and that's why they're leaders in delivering comprehensive AI solutions. One of the key reasons for their success is that Lenovo has made a huge investment, not just in hardware, but in making AI adoption easier and more seamless. For example, they have an AI Center of Excellence that supports customer workshops, benchmarking, and performance optimization. Plus, it brings together a strong partner ecosystem that really helps to reduce risk and accelerate time to value. The way I see it, Lenovo has done all the heavy lifting for you by offering solutions and services that deliver the full benefits of AI technology without the usual complexity of deploying it all. And to help us really explore why Lenovo is at the forefront of AI and how they make it all happen, I'm thrilled to introduce our guest today, David Ellison, Lenovo's Chief Data Scientist. Thank you for joining us, David.
Thank you. I'm pleasure to be here.
Perfect.
Is it time over to me, or are you going to finish anything else up?
No, so I just wanted to kind of, ask you to maybe do a quick introduction and then, jump into your expertise here.
All right, sounds great. I'm very happy to do that. So yeah, I'm David Ellison, and I lead the AI Discover Lab. We're going to get into some of the things that we do, but we do three things necessarily. We do AI benchmarking, we lend out hardware, and we do end-to-end AI solutions. So we cover and we support over $500 million worth of revenue pipeline through those use cases. So we're happy to be involved in the process. I've been with Lenovo for about almost 7 years now, and always been under the AI team. We built the AI team from the ground up about 6 years ago, and now we have a large team, of about 30 people, all working on HPC and AI. 45 people working on HPC and AI. So exciting stuff there. Let me share my screen. All right. And please feel free to ask any questions. If I don't see it, just interrupt me. I'm happy to answer questions in middle of the presentation. It doesn't bother me one bit. So welcome to the talk today. Just getting the Okay, so here's I did briefly mention this. These are the four things we do at Lenovo AI. I don't lead all of these projects, but I do lead most of them. First is our infrastructure. Of course, you know our infrastructure. This will not be an infrastructure discussion. So if you're looking for which servers to buy and all that, we're not talking about that today. We are talking strictly about AI and about end-to-end AI use cases and all of the exciting stuff that's happening in that realm. So infrastructure, while it's the bread and butter of our company. We are talking about AI today. We are really talking about true AI solutions. That infrastructure does support AI solutions. We have over 70 AI ready systems out there. And they've been extensively tested. We're getting into some of the testing. That infrastructure is top notch. We win AI benchmarks every time we submit. So we're happy to report that. I lead the AI Discover Lab. This is how we deliver value to our customers in AI. We can take a customer that is, in fact, I just got off a meeting with a customer right now that they were looking to use a RAG implementation, a chatbot type implementation for some of their private documents. And we were able to come up with a solution for them, and we're going to deliver a POC for them. So this AI Discover Lab works with clients all over the world to deliver value to our clients. And we'll get into those different Discover Labs all across the world. We also have a partner ecosystem, which I'll be explaining in the next slides. That's led by Nicholas Borsoto. Um, and it is an ISV program that helps us tap into the innovation that's going on out there, the innovation that's happening in the wider world. And then we have AI solutions, which I also lead. These are pre-validated solutions that reduce the complexity with architecting and ordering. We do reference architecture, solution briefs, all provide all the documentation you need in order to deliver the value that you're looking for, and set up an inferencing system for large language models. We can do that. You need to know how to set up a training system for generative AI. We've got a solution on that. You want to know how to run large language models on a CPU. We've got a solution for that too. So we have a wide variety of solutions out there that we're always developing and always growing. So that's very exciting. Next, I'm going to talk about the Innovators Program. Go a little double click onto that. So here we have, of course, our infrastructure provides the foundation. Then we have partnerships with the various container orchestration and workload management systems out there. Docker, VMware, Azure Stack. And then even our own software, Lenovo Open Cloud Automation, or abbreviated as LOCA, that allows you to. Um, is there a question? No? Okay. Um, So that LOCA allows you to distribute AI workloads and set up hardware remotely. It's a powerful piece of software, and we really really look at supporting it. And then we have the certifications, testing, and validation. We have a bunch of NVIDIA certifications. We also have certifications with Intel, and then of course MLPerf also, which is the leading AI benchmark, which we're going to get into in a little bit. The main part about the AI Innovators Program is all the innovation happening in the space. And we have two major classes of innovation partners. We have the certified AI training platforms, whether that's data labeling services like Labelbox and V7 Labs, but also some of the workload management tools like Converge.io and Chooch have workload management tools out there. We also have an in-house product called Lico, which I will be explaining later. But it helps you run AI jobs on a cluster instead of, so you have the experience of running it on your notebook, but you can run on a cluster. So it really simplifies the deployment of AI solutions, and we'll get into that. We have a lot of certified AI applications. These cover all types of use cases. Whether it's Everseen that is doing checkout solutions. They have a solution that we've rolled out in Kroger where it catches people that when they're scanning bananas, and they're trying to say that they're scanning steak and calling it bananas, or they're scanning two candy bars instead of one candy bar. It detects those type of things, and that POC in particular was so successful that its return on investment, the break even point was like 5 months after its deployment. So all the costs of buying the hardware and buying the computer vision solution paid itself back in 5 months, and has been going on now for a few years. Um,
So
so
Dave,
we're yeah.
just on the Everseen side of it, we actually did a webinar with them with Everseen
Okay.
and the solution. So, we talked about the Ninja scanners and everything like that. People that are so fast that they scan it that the system doesn't even catch it, but the Everseen solution, can determine what it is. So, just a quick word to my audience. If you're interested in that, reach out to me or even put your ask for it in the chat, and I will find the link and send it to you guys so you can actually take a look at it. It's fascinating how this actually works out to be such a great solution for Kroger, for Lenovo, for Everseen, and for everybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have spent as much time explaining it if I'd known that you guys already heard about it. We also have other solutions. We specialize in four different verticals, five if you add smart cities, but retail, manufacturing, finance, and healthcare are the areas which we have vertical solutions for. Um, and there's another one we have, wait times, which we have a great partnership with. They're at like football stadiums and baseball stadiums, and tell you how long. You have a web app that tells you how long the line is to get a hot dog, and how long the line is to get to the bathroom. So you know where to go in the stadium to get your refreshments the quickest. And it also does queuing of people, weapons detection, all types of safety concerns that happen in a stadium. We also have the Edge company. They do various solutions where one is even at an airport. It automatically detects birds and then plays the the call of a bird of prey so that they fly away. And this is useful near airports. So it clears the birds away, so there's not plane strikes of birds that get caught in the engine and potentially damage or in worst case crash a plane. Um, so. We also have worked with universities. Alexis 9 is a partner with UNC. So we did some of face mask detection when that was a big use case. We've also with Vistry have done detection on at um, Panda Express. The name escaped me for a second. Panda Express. There's a certain amount of there's a camera over the food, and it tells it when you're running out of orange chicken and sends the order automatically back to the kitchen. Um, so there's just various solutions out there. We have over 44 partners and 150 solutions. This is a sampling of those. This is 41 of those partners. Um, and they're divided into three groups: explore, deploy, and scale. Explore is guys that we're just getting started with. Maybe we've done one or two deployment. For example, Circuit does pig farming, and we've deployed with them in a couple locations. They're just getting started though. We've only deployed with them in a couple locations. We've validated their solution. We go through an extensive two-part validation. One is a technical evaluation of the startups, where we evaluate their technology to make sure it is delivering the value that they promise. And then a responsible AI coverage, where we go through and make sure that it is fulfilling our six principles of responsible AI, which are diversity, inclusion, privacy and security, accountability and reliability, explainability, transparency, and environmental and social impact. So these are validated solutions that you can sell right with the hardware. in place. There are deploy partners. We've had many deployments, like with Sunlight. These are in the hundreds of deployments. We know that they can deploy. We know that they work well. We've worked with Bike Lake, Chooch, Wait Times, The Edge Company, Smartia, Deep Brain. We work with all these companies, and they're providing avatars for retail, the crowd management, the CCTV, CV platforms, so all types of different use cases there, and we can get into that. You see in the subcategory some of the use cases that they have, and you also can see that we cover various areas. North America is the most represented, but North America and EMEA, and then we also cover AP, Latin America, and a little bit the PRC, but not very much. So mostly North America and EMEA are where most of our partners are based out of. And then we have the scale partners. These are partners that we have deployed, hundreds of or thousands of times. These are ones that we've done, large scale deployments. And we are very confident in their ability to scale and take on the most challenging problems. And that's from Converge, NetApp, VMware, Vistry, Radius, Pather, all types of different use cases out there. Package sorting with C Analytics. There's just so many use cases out there. If you're interested, we can bring on Nicholas Bersoto that runs this program, and he can give you an in-depth, explanation of all the all the opportunities that are out there. Now we're getting into the part that I run. I run the AI Discover Lab. There's 4 of those around the world. I lead the one in Morrisville. I also have a significant influence over the one in Budapest. I have less influence over the ones in Beijing and Taipei. They kind of do their own thing. But Morrisville, we lead the AI Center. Most of our AI solutions are done at Morrisville. Budapest does most of our HPC use cases. And even some of our water cooling systems. We have spread out across the North America and Europe. We have some good coverage. We are industry members, and we're proud of our influence in the industry. We're of course an NVIDIA partner. We're a member of the Loss Prevention Research Council, which is based out of the University of Florida. I sit on the board for the OECD.ai, that policy observatory. It determines it helps nation states determine how much compute and how much AI they need. OECD is a well-known consortium of countries and policy makers. U.S. is a member, so are most of the countries in Europe. Japan, Australia are all members of the OECD. And then MLPerf and ML Commons. ML Commons is the organization that runs MLPerf. We are a founding member of that organization, and we're also part of the Open Retail Initiative. You have access to over 10 technical benchmarkers. 40 technical field specialists. We can get access to Lenovo Research with over 100 plus engineers and researchers in the Lenovo AI Research Lab. We have solution partners and channel fulfillment partners all out there, all just supporting you on your AI journey. Now, how in particular do we support AI journeys? So here is one way we do that. These are launch AI workshops. In fact, I just performed one of these right before having this meeting. It was immediately before. That's why I joined right on time. Is because I was running this workshop with one of our customers. And these are custom half day or full day workshops. They can also be done as a series of 1-hour meetings. In fact, that's my preferred way of doing it. Is a series of 1-hour meetings where we decide we're looking for which AI use cases can deliver the most value. So we don't do AI for the sake of doing AI. We do AI that delivers ROI. We want some KPIs that will establish what is valuable and what is going to return on investment for our AI. So we'll sit down with you. We'll figure that out. In this workshop, we came up with a use case, and then we'll do a short POC on it, um, where it takes about 4 months, or in the case of this one that we just did, it's going to take us only like 2 weeks. It's a product that we already have available, so we don't have to build a custom solution. Um, but we are going to deliver an AI POC free of charge. We have two engagement models with this. We have a quick and dirty version that does a low or no cost POC, and that's what I do through my lab. We also support the services engagements, where those are paid engagements where you can do everything from getting started for the AI project to full on productionization. So that allows you to choose your path, whether you're just getting your feet wet in AI, or whether you're going more in depth and trying to derive value out of it. We're happy to do that. If you need to do that, reach out to me, or reach out to your Lenovo partner, and they'll reach out to me. My email will be at the end, but it's dellison@lenovo.com. That's D as in David, E as in elephant, Llison at lenovo.com. I think it'll be on my last slide too. Just reach out if you need one of those. We'll be happy to set those up with you. I lead those workshops, so hopefully, as long as I'm not too long-winded here, I don't scare you off from doing those workshops. We also do another thing where we lend out hardware. Um, this again supports over $250 million worth of revenue pipeline. So this, we need the customer, project name, target start and end date, description of what is to be accomplished, because we want to know that you have some sort of goal end in mind, and then a bill of materials for what hardware is needed. If you don't know the bill of materials for the hardware that's needed, we can help you come up with that and get you a reasonable system. We have edge devices, we have data center devices, we have all types of different solutions available. Most cases, you VPN into our data center and use it, but if you need edge use cases, we can ship those systems out to you. And we ship out 350s, 360s, 450s, 455s. We ship out all types of edge hardware, and that is available free of charge. For being good customers and good channel partners, we do that free of charge. I can provide the link. I know it's a pretty rough link, hard to remember, but we can provide you that link, or your sales, or you can send me an email and I'll send you the link. So that is available to everyone. Now let me get into some example AI projects that are especially exciting for us. Um, so one of which I did was improving production planning. This was a wiring harness company out of Toronto, and wiring harnesses are all the wiring that goes into a car or an airplane. They assemble those wiring harnesses and then ship them off to the manufacturer that then installs them. So they have invoices. They would get invoices over the course of a week, and then need to schedule the people to fulfill those invoices that have skills A, B, and C, for and invoices that require skills A, B, and C. So it's a planning problem. Excuse me. So they were currently doing this manually. They were just figuring out and just guesstimating how many hours. We developed a system that predicted exactly how much skills would be needed and what skills would be needed when, and scheduled them for them in a dashboard. That took a manual process that took hours to complete into a nearly instantaneous one, and it decreased downtime by 20%, saving the company millions of dollars per year. And this was a small 50-person company, so saving $2 million per year, which is our rough estimate of what they saved, was a major boon to what they did, what they're doing. We did two NASCAR projects. This first one was one that I did a little while ago now at this point, but this is when they want to know whether to pull a car into a pit or not. And what happens during a race is that there's a bunch of people, a bunch of photographers, professional photographers standing around the track taking pictures of all the cars flying by. Then they stream those images to trailers where each team has a bunch of interns flipping through these images looking for their particular car. And then they ship their particular car to the engineer that then decides whether there's damage they need to pull on, or the tires are sliding and they need to replace the tires, or they decide whether they need to pull it in the pit or not. And this has to happen quickly, because if you miss the window for pulling into the pit, you got to race another full lap before you get pulled in. So if you're slow and your tires are sliding, you've just lost all that time that could have been improved if you don't pull it in the pit the right lap. So we developed an automated system that did this. It was able to perform eight times faster than the average group of people, because there was a number of people doing it. We were 8 times faster than the group of people doing the solution, and it performed at near human accuracy of 95%. And this was not 100%, because the car changes its livery, its designs and its decals every race. So it's really hard, and not you can't always see the number of the car. So you have to learn the livery every time, and that provides a challenge to the car identification. But we were able to accomplish it at near human accuracy of 95%. So we're really excited about that. Another one that we're very excited about is improving NASCAR pit stops. In NASCAR, you want to put just enough fuel into a car to get it to the next pit stop, or to get to the finish line. Any more and you're wasting time and riding heavy, and any less and you don't get there. So the current state of the art is for the fuel guy sitting there with the gas can, filling it up and counting 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Obviously very imprecise. He has to attach during the process, so that makes it another imprecision point. So it's a very problematic situation. We developed a computer vision solution, mounted a camera over top of the pit, and that measures the time at which the fuel can is attached for. The time and angle, we're working on the angle right now, gives them a precise measurement. This allows them to pull forward 2 to 4 positions each pit stop. That's what they did at Talladega. And we at Dover, a pit stop, after pit stop mishap, knowing the fuel level, was allowed the aggressive end strategy to go from 8th position to 4th position. And just 2 or 3 weeks ago at Richmond, we had a first place win, where we won by fraction of a second. I'd like to say we contributed to that win. If they're pulling forward 2 to 4 positions per pit stop, I'd like to say that we contributed to that fraction of a second that it took for them to win that race. So that's a very exciting use case that's gotten a lot of media coverage. It's been on Lenovo Press. It's been on Wired magazine, had an article on it. So it's really gotten out there. We also work with universities. This was a use case with North Carolina State University, and here was improving drought management. So there they use satellite images and they want to identify what crops are being grown and how watered they are. You'd be surprised at how little the U.S. Department of Agriculture knows about what is being grown in a state. Um, there's very little. The best solution for figuring out what's being grown is against satellite images and looking at the fields. Um, so you can see how complicated that is. So we developed a solution. It allows to predict drought-prone areas. It allows them to do better watering strategies to know how watered the fields are, especially when agriculture accounts for 70% of the total global freshwater withdrawals. Um, this was very important. And the key here is that Lenovo has relationships all over the world, and we introduced this solution to the government of New South Wales in Australia, and they were interested in the solution. This is a connection that North Carolina State would never have. And we connected them with the government, and they're looking at implementing this solution in New South Wales. Hello?
Sorry about that.
No problem. Um, Again, if there are any questions, please feel free to ask. I know I've been going through a lot of use cases. I've been talking a lot. Hopefully it has not been dragging on for you. I think these are very exciting use cases. Very exciting use cases in generative AI and computer vision that can show us how to deliver value to our clients. And these are all the use. These are just a sampling of the use cases that we have available. This next one is ensuring safe driving. Um, we developed with the Barcelona Supercomputing Center an algorithm that better trains new data on autonomous vehicles. So when you're driving, you can sometimes forget. If you're driving in the city and you know what a stoplight looks like, you know what a crosswalk looks like, if you're training on data all the time, you can actually forget things that you've already learned. So, say if the car leaves the city and starts driving in the country, maybe you're going to the beach or something like that, and the car is training on new data, by the time you get back to the city, it can have forgotten what a stoplight looks like. So we developed a system that allows you to train on the new data without losing what you've already learned. And so an advanced system that we're hoping influences autonomous vehicles, and we published research um, on those products. Also, one that I'm very proud of is island conservation. There's a what they're doing at Robinson Crusoe Island has a problem. It's off the coast of Chile, and it has a problem with invasive species. Coati, which is pictured there, it kind of looks like a fox to me, but they call it the South American raccoon. Um, Maybe because it eats anything that it comes in contact with. I don't know why it looks like a fox to me, right? Um, the coati and the mice are kind of taking over and out competing the native fauna on the island. And so what they have camera traps set up all over the island that they then fly out to every week on a helicopter, pick up these chips, and then bring them back to a ranger station where a ranger sat all week, every week, looking through these images, figuring out where these species were. Um, Very time intensive, took an entire full-time employee to do it. So we took that 30-hour manual process and turned it into an automated solution in under 2 minutes. So you just run the computer program and it's done for you. That enabled that employee, instead of being stuck indoors, flipping through computer images, allowed him to be out in the field where he wanted to be. Like a park ranger doesn't become a park ranger because they want to sit in an office all day. They want to be out in the field. And so this allowed that employee to be out in the field, trapping animals that are the invasive animals. And we also got a lot of good press coverage out of this. We're really excited about that use case. So we have a Lenovo AI chatbot. This was an early precursor to a product that we have called Smart Talk now. Um, what this is it is a chatbot that runs entirely on-prem. So you don't have to send your data over online. Maybe you have private or secure data that you don't want to be sending over the web. This allows everything to be processed on site. And we've had a number of deployments. One with a university where the students you could upload the security regulations, and students can ask the chatbot if they can install Minecraft on their computer or whatever they want to install on their computer, and then it'll give the security response. It'll read that 70-page document for them and give them the response they're looking for. Also can tell students where to go grab a bagel on campus or whatever you want to ask it. Um, so that was with a Canadian university that we were working with to set that up. It has an interface with a lifelike avatar that speaks the responses. This is provided by DeepBrain, and also by DID. Um, they both have virtual human solutions that can answer and respond to questions in lifelike manners. This is the setup of it. It got a vector database, the large language models, the policing software, as I call it, the monitoring software, and then all the identity and interface use cases. So first, the vector database. Vector database is where you chop up documents into segments and put it and store it into a database. So essentially, you chunk the data and you store it into pieces that can be easily retrieved and understood by a large language model. Um, Next, you have the large language model. You've probably heard of a lot of these: Llama, OpenAI, Bloom, MPT 30B. Um, these large language models are available. You can fine tune the model if you so wish. There's a relatively complicated process, but it's easy to do via our software, to retrain and give it specialized instructions. Um, so your chatbot can be especially attentive to what your needs are. Next, we have guardrails put in place. These allow you so you don't start, as students starts asking about politics or maybe about your competitors in the space. You can control what the chatbot says back to that. You can tell it not to answer questions on politics, not to answer questions on religion, all types of whatever guardrails you can think of. So it provides the answers that are appropriate for whatever you decide it to answer. So essentially what we do is we take all those pieces, the vector database, the user query, the prompt format, the chain type, and the large language model question and answer generator, feed it into the large language model and generate a response. Next is the API, and here you can establish um, what what personality you want the chatbot to have, whether you want to be sarcastic or friendly or whatever it is. Here you can set up what the behavior is, what the identity of the chatbot is, and it'll give. And you also have a choice of what avatar you want it to be. If you prefer this avatar, you prefer another avatar, you have that choice. Um, so again, all of this is on-prem. All of this is protected and secure. We take responsible AI very seriously here at Lenovo, and so that is our key point. We also have solutions. I talked about solutions. Our solution for generative AI based on large language models. Um, we have two solutions, which we'll get into that, but we have a NVIDIA and a NVIDIA bare metal version and a VMware version, focusing on large language models. Um, you know, and, uh, we could go into large arguments. I'm just going to briefly mention, Lambda 2 and Llama and Alpaca and ChatGPT, lots of different large language models out there, all of which can run on our systems. Various use cases that can be in financial services, insurance, life sciences, and other verticals. Other verticals cover pretty much anything: denoising raw data, translating text into various languages, classifying and organizing feedback, summarizing content, creating new original content, whether that's for marketing or for a proposal or a bid, cybersecurity, art generation, all types of different use cases that can be across the industry. So, like I said, we have a bare metal version that's based on Kubernetes and Docker. And then you have NVIDIA AI Enterprise running it over it, and it has all the plugins and application layers running on top of it. So this is a full stack that has everything that you need, all the parts, all the materials, and all the configurations needed to set this up. We also have a VMware version that's based on Tanzu that's the version of Kubernetes that is run by VMware. Kubernetes is an orchestration software that just tells a job when to run and when a job to wait. That's that orchestration layer, and then its upper layers are the same as the bare metal version with AI Enterprise and the data science toolkit sitting on top of it. This is based on our 675 v3. That is, our flagship processor with 8 GPUs. We also have a version that supports the 670 if you prefer Intel. A 675 is an AMD-based system. 670 is a Intel-based system that we have available. Of course, this is the setup for it. You can set up with the GPUs, with the ConnectX-7 risers, and the AMD CPUs. It sets it up. We have different sizes of this. We have a small version with 4 servers, a medium with 8, and a large with 16. Of course, this can scale out to hundreds of GPUs or hundreds of servers. We have an architecture that enables you to think about it and to expand as much as you need. Next, I want to talk about our benchmarking with MLPerf. As I mentioned, MLPerf is the leading AI benchmark that we use to train our inferencing and our ML hardware, software, and services. We always win something. Our hardware is a top performer. This last inference round, we won 5 world records. We're the best system, hands down, no questions asked. We're the best, the fastest system on the in the competition. And then categorical wins when you restrict it based on servers with the same number and type of GPU. Those are categorical wins. We won 54 out of 79 categories we submitted to. So an amazing win, amazing performance. We always win something. We lead this, but this also enables us to do information and provide information on the GPU performance. And here's the raw performance on the left, the raw performance of the GPU, and then also the relative performance for TDP. For the most part, the performance is workload independent, meaning no matter whether you're running a computer vision application or a large language model, they all run the same, with the exception in the new H100 series GPUs. They have a special accelerators for the large language models, and that is represented by BERT here. The BERT numbers are much higher than the other benchmarks. So they have special things to process things called transformers, which is the architecture that goes behind BERT and large language models. So next we're going to explore the Smart Pitbox project using Lico. I already explained this one, what the purpose of it, and it now enables the signal to the driver, saving 300 milliseconds of reaction time, and allows that pit crew strategy to be implemented. This is what one of those look like. This is, you see the fuel cage can is engaged. They change the other tire. He has to step back. They run around the car. He gets engaged again as they change out the tire, and the car is let go. So we have lots of requirements, raw data requirements, AI algorithms, data labeling. For data labeling, we use CVAT through our which is an open source software that is available through LECO, which is our intelligent computing orchestration. Um, this is a video of the data labeling. You see the little box that's being drawn around the gas can. You can slow it down so you can mark when things are attached and unattached. Um, and you get an accurate labeling process through this software. Um, you also have access to Jupyter Notebooks, which is the primary way that people program AI. You can choose different job templates. In this case, you're starting the Jupyter Notebook. You have a password to get in, and then you can directly run your code out of this. And this is the experience that you would have programming on your laptop. You have it here in Lico programming on a cluster, so you can leverage the cluster resources without the complications of doing that. The results with YOLO V8, which is a computer vision model, we only missed 7 out of 1,000 frames. So we're 99.6% accuracy is what we got. Very accurate system, especially given all the constraints of viewing from overhead. Got a very accurate system, and here are the results. You see the plugged and unplugged in the upper left-hand corner. You see that it knows when it's plugged and knows when it's unplugged, and give that accurate solution. I'm going to quickly go through our Lenovo Intelligent Computing Orchestration. It is software, again, that brings open source and tools to you and makes it easy to run on a cluster. We have the Lenovo Scalable Infrastructure Solutions, of course, our Think systems, the accelerators of choice. You can use AMD, Intel, or NVIDIA. You have HPC workload management, interconnect and storage, and all that. A little bit fast of a build out there, and then our HPC AI software stack that sits on top of all of that. These are the parts included in LECO. Includes the application interface and system. It allows you control portals, LECO jobs and workflows, and it has an AI studio attached to it. LECO abstracts the stack. It helps you again run on the cluster with no problems. It also has accelerated AI, which are solutions that you can do image classification or object detection or other computer vision applications without knowing how to code. So it'll do it for you. It can do computer vision and natural language processing, so you don't have to know how to code in order to work on these solutions. The data labeling tool is CVAT, as we discussed earlier. Um, and you can also label within the software, label what's going on. You can also define workflows, set up multiple jobs, dependent jobs, concurrent jobs, all at the same time. And finally, we have our responsible AI. Again, we take responsible AI very seriously at Lenovo. Our 6 principles that we've established are diversity, inclusion, privacy and security, accountability and reliability, explainability, transparency, and environmental and social impact. I established and chair the Responsible AI Committee. at Lenovo. It's a collection of about 35 people that meet and decide if our internal products and our external products meet the standards of these 6 pillars of responsible AI. So you can be assured when you're using AI within Lenovo that it has been approved by the Responsible AI Committee, and we've looked through the products. We are expanding every day as to our reach within the organization. Currently, we're analyzing about 40% of the products, with a goal in the next 2 years to get about 80-90% of all products that come out of Lenovo will be reviewed for the Responsible AI Committee. If your company has questions about establishing a responsible AI practice, of course, you can reach out to me. With that, I'd like to end the presentation. There's my contact information, and I'd like to open it up for any questions.
So I actually did have one question. This might be more of a wish list type of an item, but Lenovo has the compete tool that lets partners actually compare products versus other vendors. Is there a it has like storage and cloud and servers. Is there a possibility that there could be an AI button for that as well to be able to compare some of those solutions like we talked about?
Um, I'm unfamiliar with that tool, but if you reach out to me afterwards, we could potentially set that. We usually work with external partners instead of internal Lenovo tools, but we definitely could work with it. Usually BTIT implements the internal tools, but there's no reason why we couldn't do it. So yeah, reach out and we could take a look at that use case.
Perfect. Yep. I love that. Christmas is coming up. I have my wish list ready to go. So this
Right,
is
right, of course.
perfect. Yeah. Thank you. Very interesting. I love the depth of the different use cases you went through. Again, like I say, comprehensive AI solutions, and you proved it right here with a lot of the different use cases and depth of what you kind of talked about. So I really appreciate that. As we're kind of closing out today's session, what I want to do is I want to kind of share some, some few pieces of information before we close it out. So let me share my screen here really quick.
Okay.
I got it. So I think we should be there. Yep. So we're actually delivering a accreditation boot camp in October, and the registration page is ready. Please email me directly if you're interested in attending. I can put your company and your email on the list. And then actually the best things about this is really some of the advantages is there are awesome rewards that are available for the attendee. Rewards for attending, passing the exam, and then as just like a boot camp, so you get everything you need up on that day, and you're able to ready to take the exam. And then there's also a extra discount that's available if you bring a PO. So lot of different rewards that are available, and probably the biggest advantage you get as a Lenovo partner is once you have enough certifications, not when I say enough, just a few, I guess again here two certifications are what you need to be able to move up to that elite status where you're in additional rebates. So definitely something to keep in mind. If you're interested, reach out to me. I will actually put my contact in again, so you'll have that ready to go from that. Definitely reach out, and then my team can send you all the details. And like I always say, if you want to learn more about anything, or actually everything that we discussed today, or you need a comparison quote for an opportunity you're working, or you just want to learn how my Ingram Micro team can really help you win more deals, there's just one email you need to know. Just like that ring that rules everything, lenovo.servers@ingrammicro.com is your one-stop shop for everything you need, and we can get you to the right place. I've shared the contact info in there, and what I will do is share the registration link for the October Tech Talk as well. Just so you have everything ready to go. If you're available, definitely register. I believe that's it for today. Thank you for joining. Make it a terrific Tuesday, and see you next time.